Hello dear students. Today we are going to start with new chapter number 10, magnetic field due to electric current. In our today's article we are going to study about the topic magnetic force. Along with that, we are also going to see the introduction to magnetic field due to electric current. So at the beginning we should remind that in case of electric current, we should know that the study of charges that are in motion will responsible for the creation of current. In our previous chapter called as electrostatics, we study charges which are at rest. Okay, at rest means which are not moving, which are not in motion. So study of charges at rest and the force exerted by them on the test charge is considered in the study of electrostatics. Now in case of electric current, we are going to study about the charges which are in motion. So to study the relation between electric current with magnetic field, we have one important rule called as right hand thumb rule. Here we have to imagine a current carrying wire which is grabbed in a right hand. Okay, we have to grab a current carrying wire in our right hand with thumb pointing out the direction of the current. Okay, then your fingers which are curled around the wire will show the direction of magnetic field. You can see in this diagram the fingers are curled around and which will show the direction of magnetic field, and the thumb which is showing the direction of current through the wire. So this is your right hand thumb rule. So magnetic field and electric current which are perpendicular to each other. Now the important point of this article is magnetic force. In magnetic force we have three different components called as velocity, magnetic field, and the third one is magnetic force itself. All these three are vectors and these three also follows vector cross product between them. Here magnetic force, which is denoted by symbol Fm, okay, F subscript m, and the arrowhead shows that it is a vector quantity. So magnetic force of an electron is having charge minus e on it, which is moving with velocity v in the direction of magnetic field B, gives the condition for magnetic force for an electron. Now in next equation, the general equation for the magnetic force is given, in which any charge q is said to have magnetic force Fm is equal to q into v cross B. So this is our equation number 10.2. Then after that the next equation is Lorentz force law. So from equation number 10.1 and 10.2 we can consider the electric field and magnetic field which are both present in case of right hand thumb rule. Then the force, which is magnetic force obviously, can be given by Lorentz force law, and the equation for Lorentz force law is capital F, which is vector, is equal to q into E plus bracket V cross B. This is your Lorentz force law. If we multiply charge q with the terms present in square bracket, then the next equation is QE plus Q bracket V cross B. First term QE itself is called as Fe, and the second term in that addition gives you the magnetic force. So this is your Lorentz force law. So this Lorentz force law have some interesting consequences. First one is, if the velocity of charged particle is parallel to magnetic field B, then magnetic force is zero. Okay, so this is the first consequence of Lorentz force law. Similarly, the second consequence of Lorentz force law can be given as, if the charge is stationary, which is not moving, that's why velocity must be equal to zero, then magnetic force also equal to zero. Even in such cases, if magnetic field present is non-zero, then only even velocity is zero, force must be equal to zero. So these are the interesting consequences of Lorentz force law can be seen. Here in above equations we have studied about magnetic field B. So what is magnetic field B? It is nothing but the ratio of magnetic force upon product of charge q with velocity v. So from this equation we can write the unit of magnetic field as N into S upon C into M, where N is Newton, S is second, C is Coulomb and M is meter. Here we can take units of force as Newton, Coulomb for charge and meter per second for velocity. Dimensionally, we can write dimensions of magnetic field as the dimensions of ratio of that of force and the product of charge and velocity. This magnetic field B has SI unit called as Tesla. Okay, 1 Tesla is equal to 10 raised to 4 Gauss. We have used this term Gauss in many calculations, and further we are also going to see Gauss in our numericals. This Gauss is the unit which is not actually SI unit, because Tesla itself is a SI unit, but Gauss is always used as a convenient use for our calculations. So this is about magnetic force. Thank you.